Hi, everybody. This is Aylin. I am a psychic here on astrolotta.com. I'm super excited because I am back. For some of you that know me, I was giving weekly predictions. I am now back to do monthly predictions, basically following the moon cycle, the lunar cycle for this month that has already started with the new moon in the sign of Aquarius. Now, before we get started, I just want to share with you guys that I'm super excited because I am doing a full moon workshop this month. In this full moon workshop, which is going to be in the sign of Virgo, we are going to have a time together where we're going to discuss basically all of the 12 zodiac signs. I'm also going to give monthly predictions. I'm also going to be giving you guys suggested rituals on how to really reset your energy with the full moon, and also another ritual suggested for the last quarter moon. We're also going to take a sneak peek into the month of March. And at the very end of that workshop, you get to ask personal questions for a period of time. So it's a great way to hang out. I'm going to link everything below this video. I'm also going to list what it is that you're going to get out of the workshop so that you are pretty clear on all of the things that I will be kind of going over in our time together. Now, the workshop is going to be on February 15th at 2 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. We are going to do it a couple days before the full moon happens so that you have a chance to kind of adjust and, get yourself ready for the full moon energy. So I wanted to mention that. Of course, you can book a session with me. I will link all of those below this video as well. And now let's get started for this month. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give predictions for all 12 zodiac signs. We are going to pull one oracle card, which will give us kind of a brief overview of what it is that you are going to be taking a look at for the month of February. And the cards that I have, I just want to show these beautiful cards. It's the Sacred Rebels Oracle. It is from Alana Fairchild. I absolutely love these cards, you guys. I can actually link this below as well if you guys are interested. We're going to be pulling one card for each of the zodiac signs, for each of the signs. And then just my Morgan Greer tarot cards, we're going to shuffle them. We're going to pull 4 cards for each of the signs as well. The first card is going to be just overall emotions. What are the driving emotions for the month for you? The second card, the overall energy. What can you expect for this upcoming or this lunar cycle? And then the third card is going to be the heart of this new moon and the lunar cycle. What is it bringing to you? What's the heart of the matter, right? We're going to take a look at that. And then the last card is our outcome card. And it could also be a card where we take a look at, is there anything else that's going to surface, right? So you can come back and rewatch this video from, this is going to be for the lunar cycle from February 4th. It is the 5th today, and we are a day later. I wasn't feeling so good yesterday, so I couldn't come online. But we are on this lunar eclipse, or this lunar cycle today, which is the 5th. So, but it started on the 4th and it'll finish up on March 5th. So this is how long this lunar cycle is going to go. And then I will be back for the next upcoming lunar cycle for the month of March. So just know that this is the time frame that we're taking a look at, and we're going to get started with the oracle cards. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shuffle these cards, and that's that. I'm just going to pick from the top of the deck for each of the zodiac signs, just for shortening the time a little bit, or we could be here, for 2 hours. I hope we're not going to be here for 2 hours, but, I'm going to shuffle these, and then we're going to get started with Aries. Right before we start, I want to mention that you can listen to your sun sign and also your rising sign. I will basically give the predictions for sun and rising. If you're listening to your moon sign and you happen to know your moon sign and you're listening to your moon sign, go ahead and listen to it as well. stick to what resonates and just leave the rest. Sometimes the moon sign can be a little bit more the driving force for the month, but usually it's the sun and the rising, especially the rising sign, okay? All right, I'm gonna shuffle these one more time, and then we're gonna get started with Aries. Aries, sun, rising, or moon. Just set these down. Let me get my cards over here as well. All right, so we're gonna start with Aries. So Aries, the first card is your oracle card, the overall theme this month. Now, the card that fell out here for you, this card is called the perfection of your life. What this card really talks about is that there is a bit of this energy that you're experiencing or will be experiencing this month that is a bit all over the place, chaotic. There's a lot of stuff that's going on. You may even experience some internal chaos a bit just because of the people that are around you. If you are a rising sign, an Aries rising, the new moon is happening in your 11th house. There is a lot of focus on friends, on social networks, on the impacts that you're making at a larger scale, and just, you know, overall anything that has to do with your social circle. And so what this card here talks about is that you are taking a look at a lunar cycle this month where it's kind of like a perfect storm that is at play in your life right now. And when you're taking a look at a storm from way above, right? And when a storm is kind of like just in the midst of, you know, kind of just brewing up, there is like this perfect kind of, you know, movement to it. And that's kind of what you're experiencing. You're in the midst of that. There is a lot going on. You'll be definitely very busy this month, and a lot will be changing because you are inside of this kind of chaos or this upheaval for your own life, and you will start to see where all of this is taking as you are continuing into the month of February. Now, the last thing I want to say here with the perfection of your life is that you are going to be initiating, or the new moon is initiating for you, a time where it's going to be just such a beautiful outcome for you. There is a new life that's forming, I think a new path that you're going to be on, and just clarity around the reason behind the things that you have been going through. This is going to be huge for you, Aries, just because, you know, Uranus is in Aries still too. It is in your sign. You're getting like this last push to start to take a look at things that will really define who you are and who you are out there, you know, in the world. And this month, this is going to be definitely pronounced here for you. So that is the oracle card for you for the month of February for this lunar cycle. Now we're going to start shuffling some cards and taking a look at. Okay, so there's a couple of cards that fell out here. So again, you know, we're pulling 4 cards for each of the signs. We have the 7 of Cups. We have the 6 of Pentacles. So that is the first 2. This is for your emotions. This is for the overall energy. We have the 3rd card here, which is the Tower card. This is the card, the heart of this month. Like, what is at the heart of it? What is it we're trying to get to? And the 4th card is the Chariot card. So I want to start with the 7 of Cups for you here. For all of my Aries friends, you are taking a look at, especially in the beginning of the month, you may be sensing that this is a time in your life right now as somewhat of an internal chaos. Just like I mentioned before, there could be a lot of confusion going on and a focus, anything that happens within friends, social circles, and any kind of, you know, impact that you are having at a larger level. Now, there is a bit of this chaos that's going to be emerging even more so the first 2 weeks. That's what I see here for you, Aries, just because, you know, there are things that you still need to kind of push out of your life. And this could be some relationships, and this could also be some habits. This could be some mindsets that kind of were, or daily activities that kind of, you know, you were left with those, and then you had to take care of these things. And so now you're still trying to push those things out of you, out of your, you know, day-to-day or out of your life, right? And the Seven of Cups is going to be that kind of an, you know, energy here. There might be a bit of agitation as well, because you're just not sure exactly maybe at times what to do about things. And overall, you know, there is this desire for things not to be so hard, right? And not have this emotional impact as a result of it, right? And a lot of it is a bit out of your control because of the other people that are involved in all of this. So, you know, there is going to be that desire for you to not either have people that are reacting to you in a particular way, or you maybe find yourself in a place of, you know, reaction towards what it is that you're going to be experiencing this month. So a lot of this stuff, you're going to start to move out. You're going to start to work these types of, you know, emotions out of you. And there is going to be a lot of opportunity here for you to cut out any negativity with other people and get rid of, you know, these types of cycles that have been in your life, it seems like, for quite some time. Now, I do want to move on here to the Six of Pentacles energy. That is the overall energy that you're going to be taking a look at. There is going to be this anxiety that you might experience. It might be subtle. It might be strong. It might be internal. It might be external. But that anxiety could be something that you are going to be experiencing as you're making more and more adjustments, or looking at making more and more adjustments when it comes to financial investments, when it comes to, you know, improving finances, trying to get your finances maybe back in balance. These are some of the energies that you are definitely taking a look at. I think a lot of the stuff that you're going to be working on is going to start to pull you more and more out of this confusion that you might experience, or that internal chaos that's going on. When you come into the second half of the month, it is going to be a lot better for you here. I think that you are just really in a situation where you want certain, you know, solutions, and you want to have clarity and truth, and that's what this month and this cycle is going to bring here for you. And I feel like you're also going to, what comes up here for me with all these cards when I take a look at it for you, Aries, is that you will have someone show up in your life that out of the blue is starting to help you and making adjustments with you and for you, or giving you ideas. And this is going to be a big deal for you. It's going to be so, you're going to see this as like a big act of kindness. This is going to be something that is going to help you so much. And I think it's going to be so refreshing. It's something that you may have not, you know, experienced lately with people. And so this is going to be another thing that you're going to be experiencing here when you take a look at these Six of Pentacles. There is going to be this in exchange that you're going to have. And as a result, you will be able to also be more motivated and inspired to bring something into full expansion. And you're going to see a lot more of this fuller expansion, or like, let's say you're working on a project that you're wanting to get off the ground, or you have it off the ground, but it needs more marketing, anything of this nature. You know, you're going to start to see it moving forward a lot more towards the second half of February. Now, some of it will need some revising as you come into March, just because we're going to be in that Mercury retrograde phase at that point. But we will talk about that for next month. Okay. Now, the third card is the heart of this month. What is it that we're trying to get to? What is the heart matter of this month? And the card that we're taking a look at here is the Tower card. Now, a lot of people freak out when they see the Tower, right? Like, sometimes I still, when I'm shuffling cards and the Tower falls out, we just have to take a look at, you know, the relationship with the cards. So don't freak out. It is your BFF here. What this card really talks about for you this month here is that, you know, you're going to be able to see everything you need to see. And it's going to be shown to you this month. And at some point, there is going to be tension and anxiety and chaos and all those things that we just mentioned that you're going to be experiencing. And it has to do with the fact that you know that there was more experience that you had recently where these tensions were there, but you couldn't quite, you know, pin it down. You couldn't quite figure out what it was. And you're going to be able to understand them this month. More and more will things start to come to you, revelations, and just even other people's breakdowns or breakthroughs that they're having with certain things where you're going to start to see something for yourself. And wow, you know, you didn't realize that the tension was coming from there and maybe necessarily didn't have anything to do with you. And some of the clarity is going to start to set in, which is something that, you know, you've been looking to gain here in some of the situations that you're involved in. Now, I also do see that there is going to be some shocking news you're going to be receiving in regards maybe to the people that you work with or somebody that is, you know, in your like similar line of work or in your career, some coworker or an acquaintance. There is some kind of, you know, news that they're going to bring. Maybe they're quitting their job. Maybe they're, you know, doing something that you didn't think that they would do. It is unlike them, right? And then all of a sudden, you know, these news come through. I think that that is also going to help you release some of this tension and this internal chaos that may be going on, maybe something that you're feeling you're going to be able to, you know, release and start new. A lot of this stuff is so that you can really start to clean house for yourself. And a lot of the stuff that you're feeling will be also stuff that is happening around you in your environment that, you know, kind of questions things in your own life a little bit. Now, the fourth card here, we have the Chariot card, which I thought was really interesting for you. And it talks about progress and determination for you. In general, the Chariot card talks about progress and determination, but two specific energies that come together to create this particular outcome. See the two horses here, right? They represent basically two different aspects. One horse having a moment where, you know, they're really experiencing hell, and one horse having a moment experiencing heaven. And both of them create a momentum here. So it's like your life has been either or. It's been either this or it's been that. And what's the outcome of this month for you, Aries, is that you will be in a place where you will be able to bring these energies together. They will start to merge. And the way that they're going to merge, and that's what the Chariot card talks about here, is that you will have experiences where you will create progress and momentum here. That is the highest point of reason and intention for you. So a lot of times, you know, when we don't know what's in alignment with us, or we get a bit confused or off track with it, it's hard to keep the momentum, right? So what this card talks about here for you, Aries, is that you are going to come right back into that momentum if you haven't already noticed a shift in the way that you have been maybe able to move things forward, right? So there's going to be more strides that you're going to make in this next, you know, lunar cycle. I definitely see that for you. You're going to be able to have more reasons, more intentions, what puts a huge smile on your face, what will, you know, get you really out of bed, what is your inspiration, your motivation, right? And that is what's going to bring you back more in touch with your heart space and who you are. That's what's trying to come through anyway. And this is what I feel like the moon cycle is going to bring here for you, bringing you back in alignment with that. So that's what I see for Aries. All right, we're going to move on to Taurus. Taurus sun, rising, or moon. Taurus sun, rising, or moon. And the card that is here for you guys is new birth and guarded vigilantly. Okay. This is a really interesting card, I feel like, for you here, Taurus, because this card really talks about if you have already started a creative process, right? You are now in a place where you're taking a look at the birth of that, you know, creative process, some kind of creative work, some kind of creative, you know, process when it comes to new line of work. If you're self-employed, you might be doing something completely different, or You may have added something completely different to your business, but it is in the line of work. Especially if you're Taurus, rising, this new moon is illuminating your 10th house, your career. What you're taking a look at here with this card, though, in relationship to that is that you are starting a much deeper connection to this process, or this, this journey that you're on. And it's a new connection, a new vulnerability to you. It's about the parts of you that have been shut off, and you're reopening those things. However, this new moon is bringing you kind of like a new path where a new learning is required. And that new learning might make you a bit fearful or a bit nervous because you just don't know exactly how to go about things yet. But that's okay, because you will figure it out as you go along. I think some of the things that you will notice here is that you may find yourself a bit hesitant, not even sure at times how to proceed. However, you're going to become so much stronger as the days go by this month, because you will be kind of forced to take a look at those things, and that in and of itself is going to make you a lot stronger. But we're going to shuffle some more cards and take a look at what else you're taking a look at. Okay. All right, so the cards that fell out here for you, Taurus, is we have the Ace of Pentacles, okay, the King of Swords. We also have the Four of Swords, and then the last card here, bottom of the deck, is the Eight of Cups. I want to start with the Ace of Pentacles for your emotions. This is new emotions, new beginnings, through and through for you, Taurus, this month. All new experiences. It is something that, is still brewing and will really come into a more accepted, or more like a point of ease for you in spring of this year. So just 1 or 2 more months, you will have the experience that, okay, now you've conquered these new beginnings. You've been able to really settle into this new life, or this new path, or this new journey that you're starting. I think that the Ace of Pentacles also particularly talks about changes that will occur in your home, your property, and business. So those are the 3 areas that you're going to be taking a look at. It almost seems like you want everything new. You want new approaches. You are going to be having, new mindsets that will, move you into, you might be moving, or you are wanting to change something in your house, or, when it comes to your business, you're wanting to, make a very particular change and really, conquer this. And those are the types of new beginnings that you're taking a look at. And there's excitement, and then there's also some fear attached to all of that. Now, I want to move on to the overall energy for the King of Swords. The King of Swords, it's really representing here for you that it's going to be a fast-paced month. Lots of communication going back and forth between you and others. And I feel like there is going to be somebody in the sign of Libra, or somebody with like strong Libra placements in their chart that is emerging here in your life. And this person is going to be helping you a lot with these creative, processes that you're still trying to connect to. You're trying to figure them out. You're trying to, become, a lot more masterful at these things. And this person is able to, because it comes so easy for them, they're able to help you with this. And this person is going to come through, I see here, towards maybe second part of the month, second week, maybe end of second week, you're going to be, meeting this person. And again, they're going to be helping you here with certain interests that you have. And ultimately, it is about bringing, new ideas into fullness. It's about, this special purpose that you feel like that you have now. And because the energies are going to be so swift, there can be a tendency here not to see clearly how much a new life is emerging. I think there could be a tendency here to just kind of get caught up in, you know, this place where, you know, you're kind of just trying to conquer something versus being able to see, wow, you know, this is definitely moving me forward. So it's important here to kind of pause and, you know, pay full attention and nurture exactly, you know, what's unfolding right in front of you. I also feel like it is important to remind yourself this month to keep your ideas close to you, and not try to say too much about what it is that you're trying to create, because a lot is going on and you don't want to bring those ideas out and then have this experience that you are having another like, you know, non-trustworthy experience again. So this is going to be really, really important here. I feel like for the energies this month. And let's move on to the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is the heart of the matter this month. And I feel like what's going to happen here for you, Taurus, is that there is something within you that is still working out in the matters of trust and relying on yourself, being confident, relying on other people. You have already identified some of the folks that you can really trust. You can rely on them. They've proven that they're trustworthy. And then there is a bit more of this that is needing your attention. You need to work these things out. There might be another coworker, another acquaintance that is going to pop up here that might question you or what you're doing, or there is just, you know, this they're on a different path. They don't necessarily see eye to eye with you. This might be something that might come up. And those who are not on the same page here may have taken up too much headspace. This is going to be something that you're going to be paying attention to, and you will be able to clear it out, because a lot of what you experienced, you needed to, you know, in the past, you didn't guard it maybe. And the lessons were that, you know, there was so much of it that was taken away from you, or there was unnecessary drama and it's taken a lot of your headspace. You couldn't really, you know, author something new. You couldn't author a new story. You couldn't really do something, you know, about it because it was just so hurtful. And now that you're out of these spaces, it's really important to, you know, notice that. And I feel like that's what's going to happen here for you. So stay true to you and your creative powers. The fourth card is the card of what will surface the outcome of this month, right? I feel like, you see, the Eight of Cups is a card that talks about moving on, right? And I feel like it's going to be a natural kind of moving on, a natural kind of ending. If there's anything else that you're reading on kind of leaving, right, your life, or you want to leave it, then this is going to occur. Like, this is the month where this is going to happen. Not only does this card talk about this type of departure, it talks about emotional departure, right? Because your emotions are changing. And there is some type, I see some type of travel plans that you guys are making this month. It's really important to the work that you're doing, or the creative process, or whatever you have your hands on. There is some kind of travel attached to it, and it's going to be super duper important. And I feel like that is going to be giving you another boost, another confidence, and you're going to feel like, you know, you're moving on and you're completely changing everything, and you are going to gain the confidence, you know, fully back that you've been wanting, and also the confidence in the new endeavors, okay? So that's what I see for all of my Taurus friends. We're going to move on to Gemini, okay? Gemini. Gemini, your card is going beyond normal. Going beyond normal. This is such a beautiful card for all of the Geminis. The going beyond normal card is a card that really talks about big choices. Either it's a choice that you're still making this month and you're coming about it, or you have silently made this choice, you know, to yourself at some other point, especially when, you know, we started this year, that it's time for you to take a bigger, bolder, a more truthful approach to who you are and bring this out into, you know, into the world, into your environment. There is something here in regards to tradition. There's something here in regards to going against that tradition and breaking free from it. And this new moon is definitely going to be pronouncing this for you, the path of life that you are, you know, in right now. Where can you, you know, take it a lot bolder and more authentic and more, you know, in a lot of ways, trusting this path that you're choosing, even if it seems the less, you know, safe, the less, you know, comfortable path to walk in, and it seems pretty risky. And that's what I feel like that you are going to be working out here overall in this next lunar cycle. My words, I'm just like merging all my words. That's my dog in the background that you can hear there. She is barking at another neighbor's dog, I think. So we're gonna pull some cards for you, Gemini. Taking a look at what other cards, a couple cards already fell out. We just need one more. What other cards we have and what they're communicating. Okay, so the cards that fell out here for you, Gemini, is the very first card here is the King of Cups. Okay, then we have the Moon card. Right? We have the Fool, and then the last card here is the Seven of Swords. Let's start for your emotions with the King of Cups. I really like the King of Cups card here for you. The King of Cups card is a card that speaks to warmth and love and sociability, like social times, being out there, connecting to people, right? And also as a person, it talks about, you know, being charismatic. And I feel like that is something that's going to be heightened here for you this month in particular with this moon cycle. These are the types of things that you're going to be taking a look at when it comes to emotions. There is this magnetism about you this month that you're going to be able to embody, because you are really looking at, again, you know, breaking free and becoming a lot more emotionally comfortable in these new, you know, in these new kind of, you know, approaches that you are, you know, wanting to push the boundary, and you're wanting to, you know, be radically honest with, even more so with yourself, and bring it more so out into the world, right? And so the King of Cups really talks about that here. I feel like another thing that comes up for me here with the King of Cups is that there has been, you're coming out of a time where there has been a lot of unreasonable demands made on you. You dealt with a lot of circumstances that, you know, put pressure on your life. And I know some of you, you may have even dealt with some, you know, disloyalty in relationships that had you be in this mindset where you had to just try not to get emotionally too involved and give yourself more of this logical approach to things. And I feel like that's what you're coming out of. You're coming out of that logical, you know, have to figure things out, have to figure my life out, need to get to this next point. I need to get to this next step. I don't want to get involved further in this dilemma. I can already see this is it. It's done for me. I'm moving on. It was a fast decision. That's what I see. And you then came to a point where, okay, now you are at a point now, and with this moon cycle, where you can get in touch with your creativity again, because there's some room to breathe. And you want, I'm going to move on to the moon card. You want to get in touch with the more mysterious sides about life that you connect to, the more magical aspects of your life. And you will make an even bigger realization here, I feel like, in the overall energy with this lunar cycle, that it is not the logical approach that brings you to, to the connections you're longing for in your life. And then they improve your life, right? And your relationships and your finances. It's the side of you that will choose passion over, reason this month. It's the side of you that will choose instincts and your gut feelings over logic this month. And so that brings me to the next thing where, you are going to be experiencing that at some point, whatever plans you made, you might have to pivot. You might have to, it's not that you have to, it's that you want to. You want to take a different approach because your instinct is telling you something else. Your gut feeling is just so strong this month, and it's telling you to do it differently. And that's what I see here for you. Okay, especially with the moon card. It is the belief in yourself and your gut feelings that are going to show you that staying open and continuing the intuitive approach to your life, your work, your creativity, your relationships, that's the way to go. That's the spiritual journey that you want to be on. Now, the heart of the matter, okay, the Fool card, the heart of the matter is going to be that you're going to be breaking tradition this month, and you're going to be moving outside of the plan. You're kind of living on the border in a way already on what's socially accepted or not. And I feel like you're going to push that this month. You are there. You're going to take that risk. I see a lot of the Geminis doing that. And that's really good, right? I feel like that is what, you need in order to, free yourself and these ideas within you, okay? Now, the outcome and what will surface. Again, just like I said for the Aries, I think with the Tower card, the Seven of Swords is one of those cards, whenever we see it, it's like it could bring a little bit of this, negative, kind of, oh my gosh, it's the Seven of Swords. However, I feel like what you are going to be working on here is not necessarily with other people, the Seven of Swords. It is you underneath all of the stuff that you're working out within yourself and your heart is that you are fearing to lose something. That's what you are going to be realizing here about yourself. You're fearing to lose something. Whether it is clear to you in the beginning or not, I think that you are going to be working on giving yourself permission to be who you want to be. And it's your intuition that you are trying to bring into fullness. And of course, naturally, if there was any kind of resistance there, the Seven of Swords talks about the fear of something being, being taken here. And also, there is going to be this need to protect this process, to protect what it is that you are putting out there, because it's not going to be maybe accepted by everybody. And you know that. However, this is a reminder for you with the Seven of Swords that, hey, protect those things that you're doing, protect this creative time, and going beyond normal ways will require for you to stand your ground and keep going. And that's what the Seven of Swords really talks about here, okay? So that was for the Geminis. All right. I've been having this weird throat thing going on. There's just so many colds going around here in Colorado, and it's been just going back and forth. And, when I'm talking, I just kind of get stuck on my words because things still hurt. Things are still hurting. So I'm going to take a little bit of my kombucha drink, and then we're going to move on to Cancer, Cancer rising, and Cancer moon. Okay? Cancer, Cancer rising, Cancer moon. All right. So the card for you for this month is Seeing the True You. This is a very important month for you, Cancer, because what you have been told so far that makes things appear as if they are true about you Are they the truths of other people? Are they your own truths? Who are you, and what has been told or what has been accepted within your heart that now you are going to be taking a look at again? At some point, someone has said something and then you said, this must be so. Not because you didn't know that that you should have not. It's just that at the time it served you, at the time this is what you needed to do for yourself, and you trusted this type of feedback. And I think that you are at some level starting to really see something about yourself, questioning certain things on why you did them the way that you did them. And so you're coming back to these conversations within yourself and these truths about yourself. You will reflect upon a lot this month. You will look at them again because something about them, there's no more room to breathe with it. And so the reflection of someone else has received too much of your faith. And that's what we're looking at. And you believed it. And the reason, you believed it is the reason you believed it. There's not anything to make wrong about it. But that's kind of like the discovery. And you will have a really, really, really big desire to embrace the parts about you that is you in its fullest. Because even the moon reflects, the sun's, message. It carries the message out, right? And so for you, this is the fullness and the clarity that you're going to be coming to, right? Your emotions, the way that you see yourself. That's what I see for the month of February, this lunar cycle for you. We're going to shuffle some cards and take a look at what else we're taking a look at for all of my Cancer friends. If you are Cancer rising, it is happening in your 8th house. Okay. The new moon is. A couple more cards. Some cards already fell out. One more card. It's still throwing up the perfect card. Okay, so, all right. So what are we taking a look at here? So the first card that we have is the Two of Swords. The second card is the Ace of Wands. We have the Page of Cups, and then we also have the Temperance card. Okay, so let's just take a look at all of these right over here. Okay, so the Two of Swords, emotions. We're going to start there. In the background of things, if you take a look at, the Two of Swords, it blocks, certain things out, right? In the background of things, you will be having this experience, I feel like this month, that those around you that are able to reflect upon you more truthfully and faithfully are going to be the ones that are going to stick around. These are the people in your life that help you to be great. That's going to be an overall emotion, that kind of, reliance. And then you'll also notice the ones that are unable to fully embrace you. Not because they don't want to. That's not what this is about. Because you'll notice it's about them and their inability to live out their own lives through an inner faith that's in alignment with them. There is a, alignment issue. There is a lot of stuff that's going on with these folks, these people that you're going to start to notice, oh my gosh, I didn't realize. So, up until this point that's where they're at. This is going to be a huge epiphany, a huge revelation that you're going to be having here. And, it's kind of like the time is now to heal things about you that you used to believe, even in the conversations with those people that are not in alignment with who they are. And that is kind of the start. That's the kind of start in the, radical change that you're going to have within yourself, because, you're starting to notice that This is not worth it anymore. Not worth it to hold on to these types of, belief systems anymore. And I feel like that's what's going to happen here emotionally. You will be in a place where you will step back and you will start to work on this type of clarity. Now, Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands, the overall energy this month is a new mindset is emerging, or the ability to deal with something is emerging, where you will begin to understand how other people perceive you. Other people, a smaller group of people, how they will, really perceive you, how they will look at you, how they see you, right? What's the experience there? And then there is going to be another aspect here, I feel like, how you see yourself, what you experience of yourself. And that is going to be, a huge theme here. I feel like what is going to happen with this is that you are going to, because it's the Ace of Wands, you're going to be opening up doors over the next, 8 to 10 months. Fall of 2019 is going to play a huge role because of what it is that you're starting to notice about yourself now. This is going to become, it might not seem like a big deal, but it is going to become a really big deal as the months go on. And it's going to bring another new beginning during that time as well, just because of the work that you're going to be doing with yourself and the recognition that you're giving back to yourself that's missing, right? And the life that you live is going to be a lot more abundant, a lot more fulfilled, and a lot more happy because of it. That's what I see here happening for you as far as the energy goes and the overall energies for this month. Page of Cups. Page of Cups is going to represent the heart of the of this new moon, this lunar cycle this month. It's all about good things that are coming your way now, Cancer. Good fortune, right? More finances, more opportunities to enjoy yourself, more opportunities to really indulge in certain things that you haven't been able to do so. Maybe there was a hobby that you've been wanting to bring back into your day-to-day and you haven't been able to, and so now this is going to happen, right? These are the types of things that are coming, and just overall, it speaks about having fun and enjoying life, and I feel like that's kind of at the heart of it all. Now, we have the Temperance card for the outcome and just overall, like, is there anything else that'll surface? And what I feel like with this card is that you will keep working on yourself this month, even if you have to step back and look where you give away too much of who you are, and it gets compromised. Like, you're gonna really do this for yourself. I see that you are going to finally have this, pushing beyond the norm type of attitude, and you're gonna let the external perceptions go and realize it's about your perception and what feels, right for you. And that's going to be the most important thing this month. That's what I see that this, moon cycle is bringing to you, Cancer. Okay. We're going to move on to Leo. Leo, your oracle card for this month is, what do you feel? I'm laughing because this is just so like spot on for all my Leo friends. So Leo, sun, rising, or moon, what do you feel, right? What is it? It's a question that's going to become the most important here for you at this time. What do you feel? What do you actually feel? This month will show you not to get caught up in the, it's a little similar to the Geminis. It's showing you not to get caught up in the ideas that, and all these opinions that are around you, like all the stuff that people are saying and here and there. And, some of them are very dramatic opinions. Some of them are very like, do what's right for you, but pay attention to this. There's a lot that's going on here that you're trying to figure out. You're trying to, figure out where you are at in all of this. And I think that the approach here is going to be for you to do what makes sense. What makes sense to you, what feels best to you, because there are choices that you're still trying to make this month that will really start to, you know, move things forward. I think that what's most important here with this card is that no matter how much you think, you know, you're trying to make the best choice, it is important to just make a choice and let that move you out of the space that you're in. You're not going to be able to nail down the best choice this month. You're not going to be able to nail down like the best outcomes, because it's going to be hard to do so just because of the energies. That's what I see. What's going to be really important here, because she's holding an apple and an orange, right? Both are fruit. You want to choose something and let that move you out, because ultimately what's going to be most important to you, what's going to be most in alignment with you, it will make sense at some point and you can always revise it. That's what I see here. You're going to be taking a look at, you know, this month. Now I'm going to shuffle some cards. We're going to take a look at what else is going to come up here. Okay, there's already 2 cards that fell out. I'm going to show you. Okay, 2 of Cups, 7 of Pentacles. Let's keep shuffling. All right, there's more cards that fell out. Let me just pick up this other card that's over here. Okay. All right, so let me just show you again. 2 of Cups, 7 of Pentacles. Then we have the Knight of, you know, Wands, and then we have the Justice card. I want to start with the 2 of Cups. And really what the emotions are going to be all about are your relationships. Relationships to yourself, relationships to other people. Are they in balance? Are they not? It's going to be really just that, you know, straightforward. Relationships are definitely a big deal here this month for you. Let's move on to the overall energy. 7 of Pentacles. Looking at your projects, your career, and asking yourself, what are some of the things that are really worth pursuing? What are some of the things that will start to bring more potentials? Those are the types of, you know, energetic kind of conversations that you're going to be having. You are going to be taking a look at those things. You're going to try to focus on work and keep going. I think you're trying to not get, you know, caught up too emotionally, yet you still are going to go in and out this month. I feel like, you know, of doubt, and then, you know, feeling like being at a crossroads. And that's what the Knight of Wands here talks about is, you know, you might have this experience that you're at a crossroads, and it's just like due to a partnership or a relationship that it used to mean so much to you. And that's what this is about. It's about that has come to an end or is coming to an end, or there's stuff that is still clearing out of this relationship. Is it worth it? Is it not worth it? Those are the types of things you're going to be taking a look at. Now, what's going to be really, really important here is no matter how many setbacks you had, it's fine. You will find your way back to your heart. That's going to happen this month. Okay? Not at first. It will unfold later this month for you. The heart of the matter, the crossroads that you're in, right? Any decision and sticking with it and letting that move you forward past this point that you're in. What may be causing any, you know, drama at this time, you want to spend trying to make the best decision about it. There is still, I see that there is still drama around you in a way, with other people, just because of, you know, there's just a lot going on, and there is this kind of energy around you where, you know, people sense that you're at this place of trying to make a decision, and so everybody wants to chime in, and that's, I feel like, what might be something that you need to kind of just tune out. Okay, the magic will show up once you make the decision. If there is a decision that you're taking a look at that is making you a bit uncomfortable but feels very exciting, that's the one you want to go with. I sneezed. that's the one you want to go with. That's the one you want to pay attention to. Because again, you know, like there is big rewards that are attached to this, to just moving, you know, things forward and trying not to get caught up in it. And there's going to be, maybe it seems like it's a small adventure, but it's just big, big rewards that are coming your way. Okay, that was the heart of the month. Now, the outcome will be that there is something I feel like you're going to be waiting on, or some kind of court case, some kind of court, or like maybe paperwork, maybe documents, something that you have been waiting on, or a final decision that you're waiting on. It's going to go in your favor. It's going to be taken care of. Just focus on the stuff that you're doing. The universe is taking care of this for you. There, whatever this is attached to, it caused you so much unnecessary drama, and it's going to be over this month. I feel like that's what this card talks about. Overall, by the time you finish this lunar cycle, you will have accomplished a lot more balance in your life, and that's what I see for all of the Leos. Okay, I'm just going to put these cards together. We're going to move on to Virgo, Virgo rising, Virgo moon. Okay, the card, the oracle card that I have for you is receiving. This is such a great card, Virgo, receiving. I'm a Virgo, right? So this is just so spot on. It's spot on. May not make sense right now, but will make sense probably more towards later times in this month. There is this radical way in which the month is going to show you how much you're loved and supported, whether that's by the universe, whether that's by the people around you. I think that it's been just a really weird time for all the Virgos. It's been just so much that's happening that you couldn't quite get past it, because it's kind of hard for you to get past certain things because you're noticing them at such, you know, meticulous point of view. And there is, you know, such different kind of, you know, point of view that you have, or access you have into what's happening and unfolding right in front of you or in reality. And so your needs, right, they couldn't be addressed during that time. And so what's coming up this month for you is that your needs are going to be addressed by the universe. And it might be a little unbelievable at first, right? You might come into this point where you're just gonna, you know, kind of look at things and go, is this even real? And it's gonna rock your world, because you've been putting out so much and not enough has been coming in. And part of it is also because you've gotten so used to it. You've gotten so used to this type of lifestyle. Pretty much every Virgo I know, including myself, is constantly going, right? Which is how you roll. But this is a month where there is a level of receiving that needs to happen in order for you to, you know, give out your energy in different ways, you know, moving forward. And so, you know, this is the kind of thing that you are, I feel like, going to be taking a look at this month. Now let's shuffle some cards and see what else is here for you. Let's take a look. All right, we have the Four of Pentacles and the Three of Wands. We have the Page of Rods and the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, we're gonna start with the Four of Pentacles. Okay, we're gonna start with Four of Pentacles. This is in regards to emotion. Okay, there is security. The Four of Pentacles is a security card. It talks about security. It talks about financial security. It talks about, you know, security and a good foundation overall. I also see that there is going to be a huge offer that's going to come through for all of the Virgos this month that will help you to improve a lot of things. You've been trying to improve a lot of things. You've been trying to push some improvements, you know, through in your life. And this is finally going to start to move forward here for you. There are relationships aspects here, though, that might show up for you guys that are connected to you, but not necessarily are you the key person in all of them. That's what I'm seeing here. And you may have realized where you've been holding on to things that are not necessarily serving you anymore. That's another thing that the Four of Pentacles can talk about. Is like a sense of holding on to something that you are going to also notice. Maybe you've become a little too, you know, rigid in certain aspects, in certain relationships. And this is going to come up and you're going to be able to let that go. Now, the Three of Wands is the overall energy. And what I feel like is going to happen here with the energies for you this month is that it's about the future. It's about, you know, having success. It is about noticing where in your life, you know, you are wanting to be happy, and the relationships that you have, you want to move forward in those relationships and be happy. And I feel like you're going to be very much in a place now where you don't have to protect yourself anymore from energies that basically like we're getting involved and have left you in kind of like this place of, you know, being cold, because that's the way that you respond to those types of things, you know. There is at some level these weird energies that you were dealing with. Not to say that, you know, you won't ever deal with weird energies, but these particular type of weird relationship aspects that you were, you know, taking a look at, you're wanting to just let those go and cut them out. And I think that that is what you're going to do. There's been, in the Aquarius season, there can be a lot of this cold aloofness type of way of treating each other. And that will become also very clear on who the people are that are doing that. And there's going to be a change with that. Definitely, I see that. You're going to have a new routine too. You're going to have a new routine that brings you more joy, happiness, and connection. There is also a door that's opening up here for travel when you have the Three of Wands and the Page of Wands together, and that's where I want to move to. The heart of the matter here. There's creativity, there's travel, there's fun, there is kind of like the gift from the universe for you to kind of move you forward and bring you into other places. So there's going to be opportunities of that. And you are going to be contacted by some type of good news. Something is going to travel to you. It is such good news in regards to your work, your project. This is going to, you know, change everything positively for you. There's going to be more ease. I see that. I also see that you are going to give yourself permission this month at some point to shut everything off. Shut the, you know, phone off, shut the, you know, laptop off, and just go enjoy yourself and take some time for you. This is going to, I feel like, happen at some point this month as well. What will surface outcome? Queen of Pentacles. I see that you are going to be on top of your own world this month. Not at first, more towards the end. I feel like you are going to receive and implement a lot more love and self-care. And even in your home, just see you becoming a lot more stronger also in material well-being. And this is going to, you know, be a big deal for you and a big game changer. That's what I see for all of the Virgos. We're going to move on to Libra. Libra, sun, rising, or moon. Libra, sun, rising, or moon. Okay. We have the spirals of manifestation. What a beautiful card for all of the Libra, all of our Libra friends out there. This is an awesome card. This card really just is a card that talks about exactly what it says, spirals of manifestation. There is going to be this very abstract way in which all of that is going to come about. It's not this linear thing. It's not what you thought. Like, it's not this linear thing of how things are going to unfold. There is a series of events here that are going to start this month, and they're all going to be connected. and they're going to be in the most non-linear way, and each event and each experience will guide you further towards that creative idea that you had, or these creative projects that you have that you're trying to push forward, that, you know, all of a sudden, you know, you thought it might happen at the end of this year, but now they're going to be happening, right? They're going to come very unexpectedly. But let's pull some more cards and take a look at what else comes up here for you. All right, so the cards that fell out here for you: Strength. Okay, we have the Two of Wands. We also have the Knight of, the Knight of Wands, and we have the Nine of Cups. Okay, sorry guys for all the talking, the crazy talking that is going on right now. Still trying to get through. All right, the Strength card is the card for your emotions. Let's take a look at that. Strength, courage, that's what's leading the way this month. You'll be dynamic, you'll be magnetic, you will be able to overcome challenges this month. There is not going to be an issue in any of this. I feel like you're going to have this experience also with yourself, that you're going to be a lot more patient, because there will be some situations as well this month where other people might challenge your ideas, but I see you being very patient and knowing that this is just what it is and you're going to overcome it anyway. We're going to move on to the Two of Wands. This is your overall energy. Partnerships, right? Partnerships are forming this month that are stepping in to your life. And they're kind of stepping into your life like out of the blue. It's almost like, wow, this was a blind spot. It might even be people you never noticed before, and now you're noticing them. There's something like this that's going to happen. There's such big motivation I feel like you're going to be experiencing this month as well, because, let's face it, a lot of the Libras already go through some relationship stuff, right? But this is going to be very different. It's going to be so refreshing. There's going to be partnerships that are in alignment with you. There's partnerships that, are going to be so important, and they're going to have you be in this place where you feel, braver, bigger, bolder, better than ever before. It's going to be awesome. I feel like it's going to be a good month for the Libras. Knight of Wands, the heart of the month is action, 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 right? Not stopping and taking too much time, but action, right? Action that you can back up. That is going to, make strides towards financial gains as well. And I feel like a lot of these experiences are going to be new. A lot of these experiences are going to be something that you've been wanting to, do, but you were maybe at some level scared. But that's kind of like the heart of this month. And there's still going to be maybe some anxiety in the midst of it all, because you want to maybe rush the process a bit faster in some of the stuff, because you've been so deprived of this like stagnation for so long. But just know the right, kind of amount of synergy, or the right amount of answers are going to come, or the right amounts of resources will be there and available. And don't worry about it. It's all going to happen. And at times, you just focus on what you have in front of you. The Nine of Cups is your outcome card here. Make a wish, okay? I also feel like you're going to have a really, really, really important meeting that is going to change things this month. They're going to change things. They're going to make them financially better. They're going to make everything better. It's going to be a very amazing meeting here that is going to work out in your favor. That's what I see for all of the Libras. Okay, we're going to move on to Scorpio, Scorpio rising, Scorpio sun, Scorpio moon. The card that we have here for you, the word wants to be written. What a beautiful card. I love this for you, Scorpio, because what this card talks about here is creativity or ideas that, for whatever reason, the idea of being creative that you had, or you've been taught, you had to work hard for this. In order for you to be this creative, you have to work hard for it. And this kind of idea of being creative is going to get changed this month. And a lot of it has to do with you basically trying to get access to this more creative side about you. And this month and this new moon is trying to bring you healing and not struggling to find this part within you. And I think that it's about really letting go of the idea that you need to search for your path in the first place. I think that's what is going to be coming up here, you know, for you this month. It'll be an activation to return back to yourself that'll be quite natural. You don't have to force it. And I think that if you're already in this place, is awesome. If you're not, you will be. You will not be searching for it anymore. You will realize that that was never the point, but somehow, you know, that's maybe what you thought, right? Like it's just going to change. Now, 2 cards that already fell out. We have the 9 of Swords and we have the 8 of Pentacles, but we're going to keep shuffling some cards. Okay, then we have the Moon card, and we also have the Page of Wands. So I want to start with the 8 of Swords. I mean, 9 of Swords, sorry. 9 of Swords. So that's for your emotion. Okay, this card is showing you that you are in this place, creating a new foundation for yourself, breaking free of an old emotional and also in a way physical world. Now, whatever you are dreaming of, wanting to create, wanting to manifest, wanting to, you know, put out there, it's going to be something that comes really natural to you. And there is going to be this realization that the reason you got to this place is of some kind of experience that was really holding a lot of control over you, or there was a lot of kind of this manipulation type of force behind it. It was what it was, and you're breaking free from it. And the realization is what's the first step. I feel like some of the stuff you may have experienced way back in the past, and this month you are going to heal it and clear it. That's what we're looking at. 8 of Pentacles. This is the overall energy. There's a lot of work. There's a lot of stuff. There's, you know, a lot of things that you're going to be, you know, having to be responsible for, I feel like, this month. But you are going to be in this place where you're going to be transforming yourself, healing your wounds, coming back to who you are, and you're going to be chipping away at the parts of yourself that felt shame or guilt, or even in some places you had to be defiant in order to protect yourself. That's kind of what I see here between these 2 cards. Okay, these are the types of things you're going to be letting go. You're going to break this cycle, and you're just going to win with love in the end. That's what I see here. Now let's move on. Why do I say that? Because of the Page of Wands. The heart of the matter is that, you know, whatever you're feeling is just an emotion now, right? Like, this is what's going to happen this month. You're going to take a look at something that has been holding this control over you for so long, and you're going to realize it is just an emotion. It is not the truth. It's not my truth anymore. That's not what this is anymore. I don't want to, you know, continue to live like this anymore. This is what's blocking, you know, these moments that I'm trying to create here. It's almost like you're making a promise to yourself, or like a declaration to screw everything that you ever believed about this that was holding so much power over you, and you will confront it and you will break free from it. That's what I see ultimately. That is the heart of, you know, the matter of this month. And the moon, is it the moon that we have? Yes. The moon here, I feel like you are going to, I feel like I was talking about the moon card, but maybe switch to Page of Wands. I can't remember anymore. I feel like it might just be this way. And I apologize if I felt like this was your outcome card, the Page of Wands. Anyway, what I see that you are going to be in touch with here is that this moon cycle is going to pull you towards creating something. It's going to pull you towards being in touch with your creativity, your emotions, that you are wanting to maybe, you know, be more in alignment with. You're wanting to create something, and you're going to be, I see you either writing something, there is some kind of, you know, creative communication or something you're going to be doing that will really come natural to you. I also see that there is a pull to go on some type of travel. Something like this is going to happen. Writing, journaling during that time, trying to discover something about yourself during that time is attached to this. And it's going to be such a good thing. It's going to be so positive. I feel like you are going to be really happy that you did it. If you're doubting it, the answer is yes, it's going to be a very good journey. If you're thinking of traveling, maybe not this month, but next month, or at some other time, like, this is good, go, go, go. This is going to be very good for you. That's what I see for all my Scorpios. All right, we're going to move to Sagittarius. Sagittarius, sun, rising, or moon. Sagittarius, sun, rising, or moon. Okay. Sagittarius, sun, rising, or moon. I started shuffling the cards. How about I shuffle the cards and get your cards ready, but we go back to the oracle cards. This is what happens when you are just feeling a bit off, right? All right, so your oracle card first. Dream a beautiful dream. This is an awesome card. Dream a beautiful dream. You're coming into this new moon energy, working out a lot of energy on how to relate to your life. That's what this card is about. How do you relate to your life? How do you relate to your relationships? How do you relate to eating? How do you relate to the way that you enjoy yourself? How do you relate to time that you spend for you, right? Behaviors, or creating art, or writing poetry, or anything creative, basically, okay? And also, it does talk about community here, right? It talks about how do you really relate to community, and what you're going to be doing this month. Everything you're doing this month is about working your way back to genuine expression of these parts about your heart, right? And who you are. There is a particular type of harmony you're trying to bring back. And that's what this card here really talks about. There has been somehow a lot of your energy spent on things you didn't realize at the time they were not good for you. And they made you at some level kind of obsess over it, because you couldn't figure out for the longest time why your life wasn't quite going in the direction that you wanted it to go. And it's okay, because you had to kind of spend your time with that. And it was almost like that is what prepared you for this. And what this is that this month, all the experiences you will, have will show you where to look instead. And that's the beauty of this month. Okay, that's what I see for all my Sagittarius friends. Now, the cards that fell out here for you, we have the Queen of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, very good cards. We have the Six of Pentacles and the Lovers card. So let's start with, I want to start with the Queen of Pentacles for your emotions. Okay, Queen of Pentacles for your emotions. There is a situation right now, I feel like, where you're going to start to look at things that you would like to create, and yet you at the same time feel still very uncertain on how to bring this change about. Okay, that's the relationship between the Queen of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. I do see that you are going to have a promotional opportunity. It's going to come through, or in general, opportunities in regards to creative projects or your career. A lot of communication going back and forth, tons of communication going back and forth, and you are going to experience developments, right? In those areas, you are going to make strides in becoming more financially secure, or becoming more secure in your career. Some of the things that have been happening here is that, you know, you have had some stagnation in these areas, and you had to figure out a lot when it came to career and career goals, or how you want to, you know, impact your life, and then how you want to impact, you know, the life of your environment, right? Like, what is it that you're really wanting to give out there? What is really truthful to you? What can you back up? What can you stand behind? And I feel like what's going to happen here is that there will be a lot of awareness around the people here who are not on the same page with you anymore. There's a change in environment that I see, and the change of environment is going to come through very clearly here, because the heart of the, you know, month with the Six of Pentacles is about a new environment that's emerging. It is about you going to look at everything intensely during this month. You're going to take a look at the areas where you have resistance in regards to your environment and making changes to that. I think that's the first aspect. The second aspect is going to be that you are starting to realize that there are certain things that don't make you happy. There's certain people, there's certain environments, there's certain groups, certain belief systems even, you know, and could it be better? And that's what the Lovers talks about here. For you, the outcome is going to be alignment. What's your highest truth? What will support you? What will bring the best self out of you? And how can you then in return be a positive influencer as a result of that support? Those are the types of things you're going to be taking a look at. And I also feel like that you are, there's just so much that can be created once you are in that space of, you know, positive flow, right? And once this is clear, I believe that these are going to be the outcomes that you're going to be taking a look at. Awesome. Awesome for all my Sagittarius friends. Capricorn. Capricorn, sun, rising, or moon. Okay. The oracle card for you is Power of Attraction. Power of Attraction. This card here is about something you've been working on healing within you. You might have started a new journey, project, creative project, creative journey. Some of you may have started a new job. Some of you may have started a new relationship. And you may be in this place this month where you find yourself very impatient, wanting to see more things happening in these areas I just mentioned. Even though there may have been some progress, you want to see more. And you could be a bit experiencing that you're being a bit impatient when it comes to these things. There is obviously a reason for that with this card, right? Because that impatience is then also bringing you back to just to a place where you're going to start to realize that there is successes that you can celebrate, and you can be patient, and you can put those, you know, types of, you know, mindsets in. Some of you, I just want to say this, some of you that are thinking of children, or you're trying to have children, I do see that this month is the month for that. That there is something like this that is going to come about, this type of conversation or this type of planning. We're going to shuffle cards for you, Capricorn, and we're going to take a look at what it is that, you know, where you're at emotionally and energetically. The Hanged Man, the Seven of Wands. We also have the Knight of Cups, and then the fourth card is the Temperance. Okay, I want to start with the emotional world, the Hanged Man. Impatience is what's showing up definitely first half of the month here, Capricorn. And it's okay, because this is the month that's going to show you the opposite, right? Towards the second half of the month, you're going to be patient. Of course, this is not what anybody wants to hear when they're in a place of, you know, being impatient. I totally get it, right? And the Hanged Man the thing to remember here with the Hangman is that the time is paused right now, just for the time being, to show you that there are small successes, reminding you of the progress that you are making here. There is a transition, and that's what's, you know, most important to remember this month, this transition. And you are going to be able to connect to this a lot more fully as the time, you know, goes on. I think that the overall energy with the Seven of Wands is going to be that there will be, you know, times this month where you will have an up and then also a down and then just all around, right? Like, it is testing your faith here and to what you know you need to stick to. I think that it's important to spend your time also prioritizing if there's stuff that's happening this month that is kind of taking you away from certain things that are super important. It's going to be very like obvious. You should prioritize, and you will, I kind of see you doing that. I kind of see you saying to yourself, I can't do this anymore. This is going to have to go in my life. I can totally do this still, and this is supporting me and making me happy. And I see that you're doing that. Now, the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups, the heart of this month, the heart of the new moon, the heart of this lunar cycle, you are going to attract what you need, because emotionally you're in a place where you're going to realize that it is so important to remain open. It is so important to, you know, to receive and to trust in the unfolding of everything that you're having to basically look at right now. Do not turn away. Do not be discouraged, because all that is necessary is going to come through. All the necessary elements are going to come through for you this month. Everything is going to work out in your favor. You will succeed. You will have that experience. The outcome here with the Temperance is going to be, no matter what, you're overcoming it. You are going to have the balance and the patience that may be the hardest this month for you, right? The balance and the patience is going to be the hardest for you. However, things will start to become a lot more easy in this area, right? That you're trying to improve. It starts first with you taking care of your own needs. And I think that is what is going to surface here this month for you, is that you're going to start to notice, I got to take care of myself a lot more because I haven't. And there's stuff that I'm perhaps giving my energy to that does not deserve it. And you're going to cut those things out. That's what I see for all the Capricorns. Okay, Aquarius, happy birthday. Aquarius, sun, rising, or moon. Okay, every journey starts with a single step. Every journey starts with a single step. This is a very, very good card. New path, new journey is emerging. Not very clear at first. There's a small decision that is being made, and that small decision is going to grow into a big one. That small decision is going to become something so significant later on, and you will not realize it at first. Okay, this card says exactly what it says, right? Single, you know, step that is going to, you know, start a whole new journey. So it's not obvious, I feel like, at first either, right? Like I said, however, I feel like second, third part of the month, it is going to become a lot more obvious where all of this is going, but there is also going to be more of the unfolding of it. But like the magnitude of it, I feel like is going to be obvious during that time. Okay. It's also a time of redefining yourself. It is a time of, you know, just stepping into a whole nother picture about who you are. This is going to become a very big thing as well. I know that this past eclipse was happening in your, I believe in your 7th house. So if you're Aquarius rising. And so you had to realize how much you had to give up perhaps for certain relationships, one-on-one relationships, you know, personal relationships, right? intimate relationships, maybe a partner. There was something you had to give up, and so now there is a focus on yourself. There's a focus on, you know, you reinventing yourself and who you are. But let's shuffle some cards and take a look at what else. What else do we need to know for Aquarius? Okay. All right. We have the Ace of Wands. We have the Justice. We have the Four of Pentacles. We have the Queen of Swords. Very good cards. Very good cards. The Ace of Rods for your emotions. Ace of Rods or Ace of Wands, right? So much is going to be going on this month for you, where you will have new starts, whether it's for the ideas that you have, the new inspirations, travel. You're going to realize that there are conversations you will have to have with certain people in your life in regards of all the new stuff that's coming through. There is a bit of unclarity in some of those relationships. It's almost like they're going to act as if they're not aware of something. And so there might be a little bit of anxiety there to communicate that, you know, again, in the relationships to bring that clarity in. But I see you having these type of conversations. I also see that you will be considering some type of travel here. If you're questioning whether or not to do it, the answer is do it, because this might turn into the most positive and life-changing experience you've ever had. It's going to be awesome. Okay. Overall energy, Justice. Overall energy, the Justice card. The Justice card here represents a certain problem that you've had, and there is a very particular person attached to this. This problem has been around for it feels like forever, okay? This problem has been around. This person has been nasty. This person has not been nice. This person has been kind of coming after you for your ideas, for who you are, for what you stand for. And this month, it's going to get resolved. This month, there is going to be a resolution to it. The key, most important thing here that I see for you is to not do anything about it. That's the key. I know it sounds really weird, but don't do anything about it. You be you. You focus on your stuff, because the universe is going to take care of that. It's going to go away, and you will see it. You will experience it. It will be something that, you know, it's like a weight lifted off your shoulders. You're going to be really happy about it. The heart of the matter, the Four of Pentacles. There is a new project of some sort, creative work that you've been wanting to, you know, do. Perhaps, you know, like if in your career, or if you're self-employed, there's new ideas that you have and you're wanting to implement them. You've been wanting to implement them for quite some time, and you're starting to do that work now. The Four of Pentacles definitely talks about safety to do it. Safety, and out of that safety to do it, or out of the space that you have to do it, there is even more financial safety and stability that is going to come through. This is going to be something that is going to come through in fall of 2019. Whatever you're starting now, fall of 2019, the rewards are going to be in its fullness. And it's truly going to be amazing. Like, I feel like the energy behind it is so exciting. It's going to be amazing. Queen of Swords, the outcome, okay? Very important communication that's going to happen here. In my readings, everybody does their readings differently, but in my readings, the Queen of Swords is related to Virgo energy. And this is somebody that has heavy Virgo placements in their chart. They're coming to you and communicating something that you didn't realize, something that is going to be a new consideration. I don't know. There's like a new consideration. And this is going to be a conversation that is going to shake things up, and you are going to be so clear afterwards. Like, it's going to be so clear on what the next move needs to be. That's what I see here for you, Aquarius. It's going to be a good month. Very good month. All right. We are moving on to Pisces, Pisces Sun, Pisces Rising, Pisces Moon. I started with the cards again. We're just going to go with it. Okay. I'm just going to pull all your tarot cards. I'm going to show you your oracle card here in just a moment. Okay. All right. So your oracle card is Big, Bold Vision. I love this card. This card is so good for all my Pisces friends. It talks about an idea that's going to come through. And it's like it requires a new approach, a new mindset, a new plan. You are going to worry at first because it's a big, bold vision that you are not the one to carry it out. Like you're not the one that should be doing this, or you will worry it's too big for you. It's going to become too much for you. This is okay. It is yours. It's not going to make any sense right now, but it's going to make more sense as you go along. It is meant to be yours. It's meant to be basically for you to carry out. Now, your cards. Okay, we have the Fool and the Hierophant card. The Fool for your emotions, the Hierophant for the energy. We have the Five of Pentacles for the heart of the matter. And we have the Outcome card, Death card. Okay, very good spaces to move through. Let's start with the emotion, the Fool. Okay, there is an energy here this month that is making you nervous. You will not be able to tell why. You will not be able to kind of pin it down. And it is something that is kind of, it's an energy and a nervousness that is bringing you to it's bringing you realizations, it's bringing you epiphanies, and it's also at some level making you push towards new ways, towards new solutions, towards new inventive solutions. That's why this nervous energy is here. It's that, you know, Aquarius new moon is shaking things up. It's making you think about new ways of doing things. And so, you know, I think it's going to be really, really important here that you realize that you need to make some adjustments. You need to do some tweaking. You need to let go of any kind of limitations in regards to staying open. And there is like this, this person's fearless, okay? There's this fearless acceptance, I feel like, that you are going to come about of bigger, brighter, and more radical and more potent possibilities in your life. There is that kind of an approach now that is calling you towards that, to become more creative, to be in a more creative light. The emotions for this month, the energy, the Hierophant card, the energy. The energy I feel like that you are going to have is to trust your gut, trust your perception. There's so much going on this month where I feel like you are going to just experience a lot of like people's true sides, people's fears, what gets in the way, some of the things that, you know, people are experiencing that you necessarily didn't notice before. And so I feel like what you're taking a look at here with the Hierophant card is that there will be people around you this month that will be feeling the energies and the changes that you're going through, and your energy is going to be strong. And there might be also some jealousy. And again, follow your intuition, follow your gut. You will see later that following your gut was the way to go. Don't let anybody else tell you otherwise. I mean, you're not going to anyway, but, you know, just follow your gut, follow your intuition. That's the right thing to do, even though sometimes that might not seem like it's the right thing to do. Then Five of Pentacles, the heart of the matter. There is going to be a letting go of a particular relationship or relationships that will be showing up in a way that will be very low in energy, very low vibration. It'll be challenging. These relationships will have to be let go. And I see that you're going to be coming to this realization. You will be faced with some twists and turns when it comes to these relationships, just because that's the energy this month. Is just kind of, again, pushing you to make bold decisions and stand by this new path that you're on. Some will be, some of these experiences, I feel like the twists and turns that you're going to experience, some will, have good results. Some will have, not so good results, a bit negative. But the negative stuff is attached to those relationships, and you want to let them go. Unexpected situations, kind of, that are part of this big, bold vision. There's some things I feel like this month you have to just stay open, trust, keep going, follow through with what you believe in, and things will be fine. Just follow through with what you believe in and don't give in to the drama. The Death card is the what will surface outcome card. You are going to transform your entire environment this month. I see some of you moving. I see some of you making a change in your environment as well, or you're going somewhere that is going to be like, like a longer vacation, or like a very specific type of vacation. I see you're starting something that you never thought that you would start. I see that you're feeling so empowered like you've never, felt before. And I also see that there's going to be some things that are going to end, particular relationships that you're going to gain clarity on, that, you just know that you need to redirect your energy towards other projects that feel a lot more important to you and for your new vision and the life that you're basically creating at this time. What a reading. I'm so excited that you guys are going to get this reading. And I am inviting you to my full moon workshop again. That is going to happen on February 15th. It'll be available for purchase afterwards too, in case that you can't be there live for the workshop. It's no big deal. You can still purchase it, and the link will be sent to you so that you can watch it and use all of the suggested rituals and see what the full moon and the last quarter moon have in store for you. Thank you so much for watching. I will leave everything below this video, all the information, and I will see you guys back here next month. Bye.